Hello and welcome. My name is Dalia Quintanilla. I carry Raramuri lineage from my mother's side and Tejano Tex-Mex mix and blend from my father's side. And I'm honored today to bring you some learnings that hopefully will illuminate the way that you've been engaging with yourself, with others. So, where are we starting from? Historically, we know that schools, public schools in what some people call the United States and Canada, also known as Turtle Island, that school began from a really horrific history and place. Boarding schools were created where the government would come and strip Native, Indigenous children from their families and force them to go to buildings that were far away from their families for long periods of time. From these experiences of extreme trauma, separation, disconnection, abuse in every kind of way, violence, and violent assimilation, as well as death and illness and other things that happened from these boarding schools, public education was born. This is the roots that when you walk into schools today, the schools are operating from without having acknowledged the history. So we can easily see and understand why the system itself has always felt so toxic and has always felt like it wasn't designed for us is because it wasn't. It was designed for assimilation. It was designed for violence and a cultural stripping. So now, when we look at schools, when we apply this knowledge to what we know today as schools, we see how much disconnection has been normalized. Disconnection has been normalized. The colonial structures, colonial schooling has normalized disconnection from four huge main areas of life. Disconnection from ourselves and our bodies. We are taught that the mind and logic is all there is and that's all that matters. And what happens in your body is a distraction and it's annoying to the learning process. It's disruption. That is not true. So we are disconnected from an early age from the natural intuitive wisdom our bodies hold. Second, disconnection. We are disconnected from each other. We are taught in colonial schooling competition and individualism, and it's all about me and my future and what I want to do. And we're not given the wider, more true lens, which is that we are part of a collective and that what I do matters to the web. How I show up in the web will impact a web of people and life forms, not just humans. So that's disconnection to disconnected from each other. We're afraid of conflict. We don't know how to love each other correctly. We can't communicate our needs. This is like where the social emotional learning pitfalls fall under as well. Disconnection 3, we are disconnected from our ancestors and our lineages. This is also systemic and strategic as a way of stripping us again from our power, from our culture, from our traditions, from the blood of those who have come before us and that live in us. The lineage and legacy we are carrying in our bodies today, we are disconnected from that, and we are taught that the only culture that matters in this society is white culture. And that's where the white delusion, the white narcissism, the white supremacy tenets come into play, where we are not seeing ourselves reflected in the content we're learning, or our culture is reflected in the content we're learning. So we have to go seek that out on our own, right? Disconnection 4, disconnected to the land. This could be the first one we talk about because this is the first thing that colonizers began going after, stripping us from the land, disconnecting us from the mother, from the source and power that fuels all of life. Why would the colonizer want us disconnected from the land, from the sun, from the stars, from the sky, from the trees? Because it is also part of our power. It is also part of our remembering that we are a part of a web, that we can resource ourselves from being in relationship with the land, caretaking the land, seeing the land as kin, as family. So those are the 4 disconnections. Now, what we do in the Liberated Learning practice and what we do in the Liberated Learning app is a direct anecdote and medicine to these 4 disconnections. We have the 4 reconnections here. And you might have guessed it by now that the 4 reconnections are exactly the 4 disconnections, but with a reconnection to it. Okay. So we are reconnecting to the body through trauma-informed somatic practice. We are reconnecting to each other through restorative justice ways of being and practices, nonviolent communication, knowing our needs, communicating our needs, learning about boundaries, being our boundary. We are reconnecting to our lineage and our ancestors and practicing having an altar space, honoring the sacred in all there is, being in connection and communion to our own ancestral lineage and traditions, whatever that may be, chosen, blood, whatever your heart and your soul is drawn to, you are allowed to reclaim your lineage. It is not something that you have to wait for permission for or to be fully initiated into. Certain indigenous and different traditions do require initiation, but as a seeker of truth, you are able to lean into different lineages and see what is resonating to you in your heart and your soul. And we are reconnecting to the land. We are practicing viewing Mother Earth as power and as kin, as relationship, as family. So through the 4 reconnections, we do this in a daily practice setting. You don't have to reconnect to every reconnection every day, but it is a powerful way to begin to reorient our lives towards liberation and reclaiming the things that really source us, that really give us capacity, that really allow us to fully feel liberated in our skin, to feel embodied in our truth, to be able to step out into the world in our purpose and our mission with confidence and courage, to say the things you need to say. We have to be rooted and resourced in something that's real and that matters. And the oppression and colonial powers of this world will never give us that. And so this is what the liberation practice is all about, a revolutionary act to daily return to a reconnection that is a indirect opposition to how colonial schooling designed the conditioning machine, to how the colonial culture designed our society. And in this reclamation, in the daily return of this practice, you begin to see the ways you and your life transform, the ways you are able to better show up for you and your loved ones, and show up to conflict, and show up to the hard moments, and show up to repair, and show up to the land with an offering, with a song. And noticing the sacred, the magic moments of all the in-betweens of all of life, we are able, with liberation practice, to reclaim a life that we declare satisfying for us. We declare satisfying for us. We are in the driver's seat of this reality of our lives. We get to co-create our lives. We get to choose how we declare our satisfaction. We are not looking externally out into the world at what will make me happy, what will make me happy, what will make me happy. We've done that, and we know the game that capitalism has set up, which is a never-ending source of not enoughness. The truth and the indigenous wisdom and medicine is that we are already worthy and inherently belong to this reality and existence that we have as human beings, because we exist, because we have breath. We belong. All that is here that we see belongs, and we are a part of it, and we are a powerful node in the web of all the trees, in the web of all the birds, in the web of each other. So your liberation practice is not only for the benefit of you, it will benefit you. It will make you feel more empowered. It will make you feel more in your driver's seat of your life. In the driver's seat of your life, it will make you feel like you have the pen and you can write the manifesto. You are writing the screenplay as it's occurring and you're experiencing it. And liberation practice supports and benefits all beings everywhere. It benefits and supports everyone in your web. It benefits and supports the collective momentum towards a revolution of liberation, towards a revolution in the way that we design our societies. Enough is enough. We have had enough pain. We have had enough delusion. We have had enough sickness and disconnection. Enough. And now we know how to reconnect. It's a matter of practice and return, coming back, coming back, coming back. So the invitation here is to tap in, feel which reconnection is calling to you in that day, in that moment. Practice. Have that sacred moment, have that return where you really reconnect intentionally. And you can do this through the guidance of the practices in the app. You can do this through practice with community and the community channels and sharing what's happening for you and asking for support or whatever it is that you need while you're on the journey and on the path. And then we co-create this together. We feel into practice as community and show up monthly for a community and practice call where we gather to feel this, to live this, to share this with each other, and to be in communion, to be in village, and in a practice of communion and village. I'm so honored and excited that you're here. Thank you so much for feeling and hearing the call, for honoring and respecting your life and the life of those around you. We love a liberated person, okay? And someone who is on the path. We will never be perfect, okay? We will never be perfect. We will never be perfect. And it's not about perfection. It's about expression. It's about authenticity. It's about being honest about how your heart wants to express in this world. And when we make mistakes and when we say something messed up, honoring and respecting that too. You know what? I just made a huge mistake. You know what? I didn't know what I was talking about when I said that. You know what? Can I try again? I'm a human and I'm learning. We have the intelligence now to give ourselves grace. It is intelligent to give yourself grace, okay? So it's a practice. We will fall down and we will get back up. And it's beautiful. It's part of it. And we honor and respect that part of it because that's what makes it messy and fun and human, okay? Nothing else like it. Nothing else quite like the mistakes that you can make. Nothing else quite like the mistakes I can make, okay? So just felt like that needed to be said. But see you in there. Let's practice. And may this benefit beings everywhere. May the blessings of our practice, may the aliveness and the presence and the liberation of our practice benefit the collective global world and landscape. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know that's right.